Hey everybody, Dalstone here, back again with Let's 3D model number 37. Um, so here we go. Let's get this going here. Like I promised, I'm gonna show you guys some cool tricks. Yeah, like the last episode, like I said, if I get any new followers on Twitter, subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna give you guys shout outs. Sorry, I have a mint in my mouth. Um, so usually I'll do that if I have anything new. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It really means a lot to me. Really appreciate everything you guys have been doing. So thank you guys so much for liking the videos, disliking them if you guys don't like them, commenting on them, and it's really nice just to hear kind words sometimes, and it's really good to hear really mean words, especially if they are gonna help me make better videos. So thank you guys so much, and welcome back. And so today is gonna be some UVing stuff, and so I got my UVs laid out right. Got it all laid out. Now I'm gonna add the textures, the actual textures, onto here. Sorry, you finish this mint. There. Okay. Oh man, that's spicy. Okay. Hyper shader. So for now, I'm just gonna put stone brick A on there. Okay. Okay. So obviously, this is aight. This is aight. Now, does this actually go like scale-wise with the piece that's next to it? Really important. Okay, really important. Let's see. Was it right curve? I think was the last one that I did. Yeah, like look at the brick sizes, and it's relatively close, right? It's relatively close. Now I'm gonna move this just a tiny bit just to kind of put it next to each other to kind of see. Perfect. And the reason why that's so perfect is because of UV Deluxe, right? Keeping everything at the same unit size and all that, right? So making sure that my resolution is correct, and then making sure that the set ratio is correct for all of them. Okay, super key, important part there. Okay, so this is essentially done. This piece right here. This though is going to be using a different texture. Okay. I'm gonna use like a different trim. I'm gonna use that concrete or that stone A texture that I created. So I'm gonna do that right now. Stone A, bam. Okay. You're not gonna see anything because it's highlighted orange right now, but you're gonna notice that now it's got like a darker kind of feel to it. Kind of gives you that little tint, that fake tint. Ew, what is going on there? Is my lighting off? My lighting is off. So let me just show that lighting off here. So no, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna show what I'm trying to show here. Let's go no lights. Okay, so now you're gonna see like a different trim. Maybe I need this to be darker. Either lighter or darker, just to kind of see a different trim and different contrast, right? Like right now, this almost kind of feels exactly like this. So maybe what I'll want to use is not dark stone brick, but tombstone. Okay, tombstone. Let's see how that's gonna look. Let's see, how's that look? It looks a little bit better. Okay, where's my UV Deluxe? Let's see where this is at right now. Okay, so first off, let me show you guys some cool tricks. Okay, let's show you guys some cool tricks. Okay, so first I'm going to select the shell that I want, right? I'm going to go to unitize UVs, and it's going to make everything inside the square. Everything is inside the square, right? I'm going to go to, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to minimize. I'm going to control, right click, two edges, two contained edges, okay? There you go. And I'm going to go back to UV Deluxe. Because everything now is inside this this square, right? Inside the 0 to 1. Moving so, bam! It's in a straight line. What? Mind blown, right? Mind blown. You go back to UVs. Go to unfold. Whoop, sorry. Go to oh my god, what's going on? Unfold options. And what you're gonna notice here is that everything's on the horizontal. Okay, sometimes you'll do vertical, sometimes you'll do horizontal. So because it's on the horizontal, you want to unfold, pin UVs, all of these options right here. Go to horizontal. Bam! Okay? Now it's going to unfold everything in a straight line for you. Obviously, right now, the scaling is completely off. So you go set ratio. Boom! Okay, you set the ratio, and now you got this perfect straight line. And look at this tiling texture. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I'm just gonna minimize this, right? And you're gonna see that there's this beautifulness to this. You know what I mean? This is just. Okay, so that works really well for trims. Okay, that works really well for trims. So there you go. Okay, that's some right there. See, like this one, I'm not too sure this is gonna work too well because of this hump. You see this hump, like the change in geometry. I don't know if this is gonna work out very well, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Okay, I have a feeling this is not gonna work out very well, but we'll do it. Okay, so there you go. So I went to edges, right, or I select the whole shell in the faces. I went to unitize UVs. Sorry, I have to minimize. Go into here, control edges, contain edges. Go back to UV Deluxe. Move and so it's gonna make this beautiful. This is on the horizontal. Unfold UVs, horizontal pinned. Bam. That actually looks pretty good. That actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna set the ratio to the proper ratio. I'm actually gonna change this to a different trim, right? Or not to a different trim, a different texture, because this is not the right texture. I'm trying to use the tombstones. Okay, there we go. And let's go back to UV Deluxe. Make sure that's in the right spot. I'm going to put it onto like the dark trim here, and I'll show you guys why I'm gonna put this onto the dark trim. And it's so that it matches up with this, right? Matches up with this. You guys see how that like little fake indent there? You guys notice? You see this little skewing that's going on here? And again, it's because of this that's going on, right? So I'm gonna go quickly here, and I'm just going to. I mean, you can't really do too much with that. Unfortunately, I mean, if I go like this, kind of fixes it, but then it screws up your nice little line, right? So it's kind of like a hit or miss, right? You're gonna have to pick your battle sometimes. And I'm just gonna go like that to kind of give it that nice little trim there. Alright, but I mean, you know what? It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Let me turn off the wireframe here. Alright, so just so you guys can see that effect that's going on. Right? So now we have like this brick here, right? This beautiful looking brick, and then you got this like breakup in the trim. And it just looks Alright, looks so good. Looks so good. Alright. So, I'm going to be doing that pretty much for this door trim, right? So, there's some few small things I'm noticing here. So, that needs to be moved and sewed. Right? So, people who are going to check out my texturing section here, this is where the money's at. This is where the money's at, alright? Money's worth watching. Like, this is worth watching right now, like right here, this is worth watching. So here we go. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go to unitize UVs. Everything is all in that spot, right? I'm gonna minimize this quickly. I'm going to two edges, contain edges, right? Because what it's doing is that you don't want to move and sew your border edges. Right? Because if you do that, it's gonna move and sew it to this and sew it to this, and you don't want that. Okay? Here, let me just quickly show you guys what I'm talking about. If I went to edges and I went to two edges, it's gonna move and sew this trim and this trim to all of this. You don't want that. What you want is to go to contain edges, and it's only gonna sew like everything minus the outer edge. Right? So that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna go to go to UVs now again. Unfold UVs. Oh shit! What the hell's that? Unfold. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm just complete goofing this. You want to go to move and sew. Where is move and sew? Move and sew. There you go. See, so now this one is going vertical. right? So this one's going vertical. So just select all, select all. And a lot of you who might be kind of wondering, like, how am I selecting shells like this? I just have a select UV shells as a hotkey. Okay, I have it set to like Alt S, so I can quickly, quickly just select the shell really quickly without having to go, or go like this, and then to shell. You know what I mean? And just go boom. Okay. I'll do a quick video on like all this stuff eventually when I get to it. So here I'm just going to unfold vertical. There we go. Okay, and obviously I'm gonna have to rotate this because I don't want it like that. My trims are going, and again I have the wrong texture on here, like an idiot. Set ratio. Now everything is perfect, right? Everything is perfect. So I'm just gonna minimize this. Okay, and I'm just gonna quickly put the right texture onto here, which is the tombstone. So again, I'm probably gonna want that that burn, right? That burn, or not the burn, but like the dark edge on this side, into the inner side. So let's go to this UV Deluxe here. Go to UVs, and just going to quickly put this into a darker area here, right? Minimize, and there we go. Okay, so now you have like this fake kind of like trim. Do you see that from far away? It looks like, oh my God, there's some shadows going on, right? But really, it's nothing fancy, right? So I'm just gonna quickly just apply the tombstone. Okay. What I don't like is how I named it new. Maybe I should just change that. That sounds kind of dumb. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing over and over again. The unitize tool. This changed my life when I was just doing this. So here we go. Unitize UV. So how am I doing this? I have my shell selected in the face. Sorry, in the face. Face selection. Select the shell. Okay. Then I go into my UV texture editor, or my UV Deluxe texture editor, which is better, by the way. I go Shift, right click, Unitize UVs. Okay, that's gonna bring everything to 0 to 1. And then from here, I want to go back to my scene. See, if I had multiple monitors, it's so much easier, right? But doing everything on one screen, I have to keep minimizing. From here, you want to go Control right click, 2 edges, contain edges. Okay, and from there, I go back to my UV Deluxe. I go to Move and Sew, and here this time it brings it horizontal. So here we go. I'm just gonna select the shell, and I'm gonna go to Unfold tool by going Shift, right click in UVs, horizontal, apply, bam. Set ratio to make sure everything's the same ratio as everything else, right? That I've been doing. And from here, I have a feeling that this is actually okay. So what you're gonna notice is like this is way thicker than that, right? So and it's not. Do you see how right now this is even? So after you finish getting everything kind of set up, go back to your UV unfold. Go unfold vertical only. Apply that, and now you're gonna see this beautiful, beautiful unfold trim. When you're done this, you want everything to be in a straight line as much as possible, right? So on the left side here, you're gonna see horizontal, vertical, and both. I'm gonna use horizontal. Bam! Straightens it all out for you. Okay, beauty. And I'm gonna do this one more time with horizontal. Didn't even do anything because it's so perfect. Okay, because it's so perfect. This is like an amazing. And obviously I don't want black here, right? Because it just makes no sense. I have this nice little clean thing. I'm going to have the black on this side instead. So I'm going to go to my Deluxe again. And I'm just going to flip this, right? And then make sure that the black is on this side. And I'm going to minimize. And there we go. Okay. So now we have this beautifully good looking trim going on here. And I'm going to do that one last time on this one. One last time on this, and this is already looking pretty good. Unitize that bad boy, and minimize 2 edges, contain edges. Go back to my UV Deluxe, Move and Sew on the horizontal. Unfold tool, options, whoops. Option, oh, what am I doing? Options, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, set my ratio. There you have it. Okay, beauty. Beauty. Buttes, okay, buttes. And I obviously want to check to see where the edge is. So I'm probably going to want, well, because there's a burn here, right? No one's going to see this back part anyways, because the door is going to be in there. I'm just going to put the burn on this side. So let's go and do that quickly. So I'm just going to flip this around. No, wait, do I want to flip that around? No, I want to keep it like that, don't I? Yeah, I want to keep it like that. Put it over here. And yeah, but now you see this issue here that I'm having, because so I have this nice burn there, but what you're seeing is like this other texture over there. Could serve as a pretty cool kind of thing, but not really a big fan, and that's why we create textures with different trimmings, right? So now what I can do is I can flip this, and I can just put this burn on this trim this time, right? And look, there's no trim here, right? So this should make it look perfect. There you go. There you have it. Right? That's pretty cool. You guys be lying if you guys are saying this isn't cool. Alright? That was pretty cool. Alright? People who wanting to learn some pretty cool UV tricks, there it is, baby. There it is. Okay? So now we pretty much have this UV'd. Like, isn't that amazing? We pretty much have that UV'd. So that's UV'd. What we want to be careful of is trimmings on these bricks, right? We want to try and keep these bricks like pretty close to okay, so let's see here. So I want to try and keep these kind of on the horizontal, kind of put it perfectly on there. Let's just try to keep these horizontal, or was it average? Was it center? Was it bottom? No, that's not it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like, let's just go like this. And I'm just gonna go all the way to the bottom there. Get these kind of at the bottom. Just so that there's no weird trimming going on. And I mean, I know this is gonna skew things a tiny bit, but people are not gonna notice that, right? And you see how like this kind of like weirdness that's happening right here, right? You don't want that. You don't want the bricks to be like that. So I'm just going to I'm actually going to minimize this because this is going to be a lot easier to do it this way. Take this UV and I'm just going to slightly move it like that. I guess it's going to be really hard to get rid of that regardless, especially if I'm using a brick texture. So, you know, yeah, it's going to be pretty impossible. So I'm just going to leave it the way that it was before. Okay, and same with this, right? Like, to see how this edge here, it's kind of like, it's like, what? You guys cut a brick? You guys are so lazy. You guys cut a brick and didn't even go through. You don't want that. You don't want that. Because this is tileable, I'm just going to move this up one, right? And then I'm just going to move this up like this, you know? Give it that nice little trim, like as if it started, you know? There you have it. And these are all broken anyways, so now what I'm going to do with these edges is I'm actually going to add these edges to the tombstone texture, because the tombstone texture has a lot better kind of like edges. Like, it has trims, sorry, it has trims, which is perfect, right? So I'm actually just going to take that, I'm going to move and sew that. Move and sew this, move and sew that, oh, move and sew this, move and sew that, move and sew all this, or sorry, select shell on all these. I'm actually just going to move and sew that. What I'm just trying to do here is I'm just trying to select all these and put in the trim texture. Alright. So I'm gonna, what am I doing? Existing, going to Tombstone 01, and I'm gonna do the same thing, man. Like, I'm just gonna do the same thing, you know, easy peasy. And for these ones, I'm probably gonna want, yeah. So like, this should be even easier, you know. This is gonna be even easier. You know what? This is, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like, it's cool, you know, it's cool that I'm trying to do this. I'm just gonna merge all these. It's just gonna be one trim, you know what I mean? If it looks weird, then I'll cut it back out, but I'm just gonna make this super easy. For myself, for you guys, so you guys can see this is all doable, man. This is all doable, and I'm just going to go back here, move and sew, okay? Okay, so that's that. Go here, select it all, right? Unitize, bam. Go back to here. Edges, contain edges. Okay, for this part, I'm just gonna have it minimized. It's just so much faster. Move and sew. It's huge, obviously. 2 UVs. Unfold. Horizontal, because it's going the horizontal way. Set ratio. And there you have it. And what am I going to do here? I probably want the black edge on the other side, so I'm just going to flip this. Yeah, there we go. See, but like, you know, pretty easy. Pretty easy. I might even want to put this into like the darker section. Like it's like rubble, you know what I mean? It's been broken up and all that. So I'm just going to put this trim there. If I really want a black spot, I can put a black spot on here, but it just doesn't make any sense since there's no black spots on the edges of the bricks. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I might even leave it into the lighter side, just because it matches a little bit nicer with the color. Gives it a little bit of the offset, but not too much that it's like distracting. Alright, so I'm going to move and sew this. Gonna go, see, like for this one, I mean, I can just go vertical. Vertical? No? Oh, I have to go to UVs. Vertical. Right? You see how that just like snaps it to vertical? I'm gonna flip this around. I'm just gonna unfold and just go horizontal. And there you go. Right? Like that's relatively easy as well. You can do it like that. And there you have it. Now you have this whole piece UV'd, right? Looking pretty cool. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video, because this is like the money maker right there. UV tips and tricks. So I'm just gonna save this, and and what I'm gonna do in the next video is I'm just gonna model the back of this because of so that there's no light like leaking through. You guys see how this is leaking through because of the back faces? So I'm gonna go and do that for the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that texturing part, right? And we're gonna continue modeling in Maya and UVing, because I mean obviously this needs some UVs. And so thank you so much for watching. Keep it real, and thank you for all your support. See you guys again in the next episode.